Just listening to a tape of Amiga tunes I put together recently. Current date is... Just give me a second here to find it. Hang on. Okay. The date is Thursday, November 12th, 1992. As I explained in my recent letter to you, the reason I haven't done any work on this video for a while is because I was working on the one for John. So that was Ren and Stimpy. What do you think? Have you seen it yet? I guess doesn't really matter, because if you haven't, now you have. Well, I have several more stories of that. There's only 6 like half-hour episodes in the series, so a total of 12 half-episode stories. Like each episode has 2 stories in it, except for the first one. The first one was like the same story. Yeah, so if you like it, I'll be more than happy to send out more. That was one of the tamer episodes, actually. Some of them get pretty crazy. Yeah, I wanted to inform you of a few things. I told you about the PD library idea, didn't I? Well, I wrote away to 10 software companies asking for discs to be put into my catalog, like asking if they wanted to have some of their demo discs put into my PD catalog. See, in case I haven't told you already, it's been a while since I worked on this, so I can't remember what I've told you and what I haven't told you. I'm starting up a PD catalog, like public domain software, game demos, music discs, things like that, and so forth, in the hopes of making some cash. And anyway, I wrote away to 10 software companies about a week and a half ago. So far I've received responses from 2 of them. The first one was LucasArts, division of Lucasfilm, devoted solely to computer software and video games. And they unfortunately said they didn't have any demos for their Amiga products, but they wished me luck anyway. It was kind of nice. They didn't send me a form letter or anything. They sent me a personal letter in response to my letter. So it was quite nice. And they wished me luck and said it sounded like a great idea. I also wrote away to a company called Signosis, which you may be familiar with from the Awesome demo from a video letter or 2 back. And I just got a response from them today. No letter, but 8 demo discs. Free of charge. They sent me 8 demo discs to be put in the catalog. Original copies. I haven't had a chance to look at them yet. I had today off, so... yeah, the time is currently 2:57 p.m. My dad had a meeting in the city around noon, and he said he would have been taking me home around noon, so there wasn't much point in my coming in anyway. You know, it didn't really matter to me because I had a rather late night last night, so I wanted to get some extra sleep anyway. This was kind of nice. The Batman series. I now have, I think, 32 episodes on tape, which is 1 episode less, or a half episode less than half the series. So I got about half the series now. Great series. Really, really top-notch stuff. Yeah, I wanted to show you a few things while we're here. This is our pumpkin. Pretty nice, eh? If you'll just hang on a second. Yes, that's right. At one point, this was our jack-o'-lantern. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Yummy. Kind of moldy looking, eh? Just a bit. Just, there's what's left of the face. Eyebrow, ugh. Eyes, nose all nice and moldy. Yep, here's our jack-o'-lantern. Oh, nice and fuzzy. Ugh. Oh, I wanted to get that on tape before I threw it out. Yeah. A couple of fuzzy knives. Pretty disgusting, eh? I got a couple other things I wanted to show you. What the fuck? Oh, I had the lens cap on. I was wondering why I couldn't see anything. Oops, wasn't expecting somebody to be walking by there. Yeah, that's right, Jason. Check it out. Snow City. on this fine November 12th. We had a major snowfall a couple days ago. 17 inches of snow, basically overnight. Yeah, looks like winter's here to stay. Actually, some of it's melted, believe it or not, because the road there was like nowhere near clear. I guess it's just because I've cleared it out a couple times. And it's a bright sunny day, as you can see. Here, I'll use one of your white balance tricks there. Okay, clicked it on outdoor there. Snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yes. Hi. Yeah, so that's about it. Snow, and lots of it. Temperature-wise, it actually hasn't been too cold. It's gotten down to, I think, about, I don't know, -10 max. You know, I'm not sure what it is now. Let's leave it on the Weather Channel for a few minutes there so you can see what the temperature is. Yeah, it hasn't been like too cold. Like it can get down to around -40 here, which is pretty bad, pretty cold. Really gotta bundle up. Well, it can get down to the point where if you're outside for more than like 2 minutes, your skin will start to freeze. Like it's -2 today, right now. Actually, that's the 2 o'clock temperature, so it could be -300 out there for all we know. Much to my dismay, the computer is not working, and I'm rather depressed about that. As far as I can tell, it needs a couple of chips replaced. The symptoms are pointing towards that. I'm speaking, of course, of the Amiga. Yeah, we took it in for repairs a while ago, as I'm sure I mentioned to you. When we got it back, all the same problems were there, in addition to several new problems. And basically what it boils down to is there's these 2 chips inside the computer called the CIA chips. They basically control 12 of the major functions of the Amiga. Stuff like the on-screen display, and the boot system, and the hard drive light. All of these have been malfunctioning, so I think it's fairly obvious those chips need to be replaced. Apparently those are the most problematic chips in the Amiga, and they need to be replaced from time to time. It's like if any chips are going to malfunction, it's going to be them, you know? So anyway, I talked to my dad about it, and I found this place in the States called the Grapevine Group. I read about them in Amiga World. They had an ad in there. Just turning the autofocus off there. Anyway, I talked to my dad about it. I told him about this place I'd found, and this place sells replacement chips like I don't know how familiar you are with the inner workings of the Amiga just yet. But basically, unlike most computers, everything isn't done through the CPU. The CPU just basically governs tasks to various chips on the motherboard, commonly known as custom chips. Now, each one of those custom chips serves a different purpose. You know, like you got your Denise chip, for example, which handles graphics and resolution, and works in conjunction with the Paula chip, I believe. They all have like just regular names, you know, which is kind of interesting. Makes them a little easier to distinguish, I think, or whatever. Mind you, if they called them graphics chip or music chip, stuff like that, it would have made it even easier. But anyway, you just kind of get to know them after a while. Anyway, the CIA chips need to be replaced as far as I can tell, because in this ad, they listed some of the symptoms, and the symptoms I've been experiencing with it point directly towards those chips. So anyway, we ordered a full set of replacement chips, including the CPU chip, which, believe it or not, like the 68,000 CPU chip is only $10. I couldn't believe that. It amazed me, frankly, because it's really quite a powerful chip. In addition to that, we ordered a couple of upgrade chips. The Super Denise chip, which gives you a super high-res mode and helps to de-interlace the display so it isn't flickering as often, or it isn't flickering as much, or no, it completely eliminates that, apparently. We also ordered the Super Agnes chip, which works in conjunction with the Mega Chip 2000. Special expansion chip, gives you 2 megabytes of chip RAM. Apparently it's very highly recommended for you know, heavy animation and so forth, like 3D graphics and rendering, like what the Video Toaster does, for example, with Lightwave 3D. Yeah, stuff like that. Also, music sometimes uses chip RAM. So it should be good. So we ordered those over 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks and 2 days ago. So 16 days ago we ordered those. So they should be arriving any day. They might even be here today, I don't know. Hopefully soon, because I really want to get the computer working. Because I got 35 new discs. Demo discs, animation, games, stuff like that. Like all PD shareware stuff. There's some demos there I wanted to show you. Like, for example, there's one for the Killing Game show, which I quite like, and I think you might like too. Good music, and really good music in it. All around a great game. Heavily inspired by The Running Man. Basically, you play a convict who has to survive all these perils for the amusement of a television audience. I need a shower, I need to shave, and I need to clear up my zits. I'm sure you really don't want to see me picking at these. Just get rid of some of the flaky skin. Yeah, now that you're thoroughly disgusted, just stretching there. Yeah, I forgot to bring a tripod home with me when I brought the camera home, so I've kind of got to make do with my hands. Just watching the monitor there, making sure I stayed centered. Silver Snail poster there. There's a picture for you to digitize, if you can get a steady enough frame. So there you go, that's basically all that's been happening right now. Computer's malfunctioning. Well, you know how you felt without your camera? That's how I feel without the computer. Me losing a camera isn't so bad because I can just get one from the office, but I am pretty ticked off about my camera being stolen. My dad's going to look into my insurance policy and see if I can make a claim on that and get a replacement, you know. Would be nice. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. So I'll be in touch later and talk to you in a bit. I probably won't have time to show you any demos during this video because it's almost over. I don't know, I'll find something to slap on here. Well, I found out those pictures from Out of This World 2, it's not actually Out of This World 2. It's another game from the same company using the same technique of animation, except it's called Flashback. I guess the Rumor Patrol for the particular magazine I was looking at got the title wrong. They just assumed it was Out of This World 2 because it used the same style of graphics, but it's not. It's one called Flashback, but I intend to get it anyway. So anyway, I will talk to you later. Bye.